What's up, guys? So you look for a BMW and you see a really tempting offer, but it says salvage title. Do you buy it or not? So when it comes to buying a salvage BMW or any car, for instance, is it really a best idea? I mean, what really constitutes a car being a salvage title? There's probably, there's a host of things, but one, we know it's a wreck. Two would be fire. Three would be flood. Four would be theft. Those would probably be the four main things. There might be some other ones in there, but I'm just talking about the main things that would constitute the insurance company totaling a car out. And then if you were to buy it back or buy it from a salvage yard or something like that, it would have come with a salvage title. So let's talk about the four different categories. You have one, a wreck. You have a couple different types of wrecks, obviously. Let's talk about front end damage. A front end damage wreck is the number one car that I would stay away from. Period, hands down. That is the type that I have. Long story. I'll get into it later. With that one, with the E36. Not with this one. Okay, this one's fine. Nothing wrong with this one at all. Any side impact damage, probably going to be really, really tough to fix. I wouldn't worry about it. A rear end damage, depending on the rear end damage, if the frame's not buckled and the body's not buckled, sure, maybe. Don't see why not, the front of the steering, it wouldn't be destroyed or anything else like that. So it might be not a bad option. Just something to think about. And like I said, it depends on how much damage you have. All right, now a fire. Well, a fire is a good tricky one, Usually the engine bay is going to be toasted. Could you replace all that stuff? Of course you could. The engine, it's not going to freaking melt, maybe the plastic parts and stuff are, but for the most part, the engine itself, because it's made of metal, is going to be in good condition. You're going to have to replace the wiring harness and a bunch of other things, but it might be a viable option. Wiring harness don't come all in one piece anymore. They come in multiple pieces. So you can unclip the wiring harness from the firewall that goes to all the engine, and the rest of it from the firewall and down to the rest of the car will be fine. Not a big deal. It's not like in the old days where you had to strip the whole car apart. Got a ceiling fan in the back here, so I'm trying to be careful when I'm driving. Giving that to my coworker because I replaced it with a chandelier. So, a fire probably wouldn't be, such a bad option, if you're good with, maybe hoisting engines out or at least taking a whole top end of the engine off and replacing everything. So you might save a good deal of money. You might have to pay, spring for, a paint job and a few other little things here and there. All right. Let's talk about flood. Any car that's been in the flood, I would not buy it. You're just asking for electrical troubles, because not only are you dealing with electrical in the engine bay, you're dealing with electrical inside the rest of the car. The DME might have flood damage, even though things might work. Things inside the computer might corrode and end up giving you problems later on. Just stay away. They're really always really good deals too. Like I guarantee in Louisiana right now, and this is what you have to watch out for, those cars will all get totaled out by insurance companies and they'll get distributed to everywhere in the United States. So they'll say flood damage and they'll act like it's not substantial, but really it was sitting in 5 feet, 4.5 feet of water from Louisiana. Not a good idea to buy any flood car. That's just my opinion. Now, if you just wanted it just for the engine, sure, buy it, yank the engine out, throw the rest of the shit away, park the car out, whatever parts that you can save. But the electrical crap, throw that shit in the trash. It just wouldn't even be worth it. Everything would be corroded and, like I said, just give you problems later on down the road. Now, when it comes to theft. Theft is one that's a little tricky, you know. When I buy a theft car, that would probably be one of the best ones I would buy. Because here's the thing, there's a lot of things that could kind of constitute as theft. You know, obviously somebody steals your car, you know, you might have had the keys in it, you know, you probably got out for 1 minute to go into the gas station to go pick up a soda or something like that. You come out, your car's gone. The guy didn't have to do anything. All I did was jumped in your car and left. Now they caught the guy, you know, maybe, let's just say a month later. You know, you've already claimed it on insurance, and they caught the guy. And I think that there's laws that state that if a car is stolen, doesn't matter if the car is in perfect condition, it needs to be attached with a salvage title under theft. That doesn't mean if there's anything wrong with the car at all. The guy just might have been, you know, joyriding because he thought it was a cool, you know, gangster, you know, whatever. And, oh, he's rocking a BMW, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, there's really nothing wrong with the car at all. I'd buy that one in a heartbeat because there's nothing wrong with it. Now, it's going to come as a salvage title, of course. You know, just take it to the DMV and, you know, get it converted to, I guess, like a restored salvage title. Not a big deal at all. And drive the car for however long that you need to drive it. Now, if he's punched through the key system and done a bunch of wiring, now BMWs are really hard to steal. Not trying to say that they can't be stolen, they're just hard to steal. They're harder than a normal car to steal. I know even on my 95, I have I believe it's an EWS2 security system that's built into the key. So when you put the key in, it jumps to code, so it's not the same code every single time. So you can even have this, you know, a same key that will fit it, but if it's not coded towards the car, it's not going to work. That's just the way it is. And the EWS system too is the code jumping system that does that. I'm sure there's tricky ways to get around that. You know, I know for a fact that, you know, I wired in a push start one in one of my BMW M3s on my E36s, and I still had to have a key though. I just put the key in and then hit the start. I didn't have to turn it because there's something wrong with the ignition. The tumbler was spinning around all crazy, and I couldn't get the tumbler out of there, so I just hooked in a push start. This is not on my blue one, this is another one I had. It's kind of cool because I like to push start. Just cool. You know, theft could mean, you know, that some girl was driving it. Say, you know, a girl and a dude were dating, and she was driving it, and, you know, somebody sees her with some dude in the car, in your car, and he calls his buddy, hey man, your girl's with some dude in your car. You know, he gets pissed, calls her up, gets pissed off at her. She's scared to fucking come home, and she decides that she wants to go somewhere, and you get pissed off, and because she won't return your car, and you claim it as theft. It's the same thing. There's probably nothing wrong with that car at all. The keys are right there. You might just have to buy another key because you might not get it back. Thinking, oh, I'll just throw the key away. He'll never get it back. Whatever, you know. As long as you got the title, you can go get another key made all day long. So there's a lot of instances with theft that really, you know, obviously that you might have to replace a broken window, you might have to replace a door handle. There's a couple things that you might have to replace, but it might actually be in good condition. So that might definitely be a viable option of a car that I would buy as a salvage title. You know, so let's wrap the video up, and like I said, let's just recap. You know, front end damage car, no. Side impact damage, no. Probably not at all. You know, even if maybe all the airbags deployed out, maybe not. Rear end damage, depends on how much it is. You know, fire, sure, maybe, you know, if you're good at handy with a wrench, you know. Flood damage, almost never, unless you're just parting out the car, taking the engine out, putting it in a different car. And, you know, a theft, I probably would. You know, it's just really not that big of a deal to me. So, alright guys, that's my, I guess, buying a salvage car. You know, I said, I'll give you the story. I'm just kind of holding out, you know, you know, once I run out of videos to do this, I'll start doing videos on my blue one. I just don't want to, you know, waste all my videos yet, because, you know, videos like this can't go on forever, obviously, unless I buy another car or have another car to talk about. So, alright guys, thanks for watching. As always, you know, if you like my video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and until next time, talk to you later.